So I'm going to try, but it's good to have these just in case, because wow, that was intense. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. Oh my God. Holy shit. This is insane. I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't need the shades after all. Holy shit. Oh my God. Hi. My goodness, how delightful. Mm. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Like nothing else.
Hmm.
We haven't had many, like very few longtime practitioners. We haven't had many longtime practitioners. And so it's amazing to witness vicariously the experience through, someone who, there's been maybe like 3 out of the, like 1%. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing.
Well, maybe I can help change that.
It's amazing, huh? Yeah.
Let's. It's so beautiful. Yeah. It's very effective.
Like, what would you, in sharing about it with fellow practitioners, how would you describe it or say it moved you? Or?
Yeah. I was thinking about that as I was heading out here. It's like most retreats are top down, like, and really there's no right or wrong about any of it. It's all, I don't think I could have made the most of this experience without the foundation of that experience. And I know that the process of integrating this experience will necessarily involve all that training. So, but it's like top down versus bottom up is the best way I can think about it. In other words, think about to describe it, that you go to a retreat setting, or you learn how to practice, however you learn how to practice, and you're disrupting the mind's habitual self-protective, self-separating mechanism by, whatever technique or instruction or however it is you come to meditate. And in the retreat setting, that's magnified. The disciplined disrupting of the selfing mechanism. And for me, this experience was it's like the rug gets pulled out from under you. And you're just thrown into what ultimately becomes the deep end as you do your training. So you do your training to disrupt the mechanism of the selfing, and you get these little windows into no self. You get these disruptions, and they get clearer and clearer and stronger and deeper, and you increase your rewards over time from that disruption. And so because of that, because it's a kind of a gradual process, and because it's interesting, there's two sides to taking ownership of the process. That's like, I'm doing this, right? On the one side, which is something you and I have talked about, on the one side, there's the trap of doership that is trailing you in your journey, in your practice journey, if you don't have good instruction. But even if you have good instruction, there's still the trap of doership there. I'm doing this thing called meditation. On the flip side, though, there's a sense of agency. There's a sense of will in a positive sense, like I am participating in this journey willingly, actively participating. And that's important. That's really important. So, and I guess I would say that, if we look at the journey of practice, retreat training, you develop a healthy doership, in the sense of a healthy participation in the unraveling of self. Intentional participation in the unraveling of self over time. And this just disrupts it so radically, so it takes so much away that you have no choice in the matter. You just gotta roll with it. And what's extraordinary as someone with a lot of training is that you know how to roll with it. You know how to participate because you've trained yourself that, to do that. So it's like luxurious. I mean, it's like the helping hand. You just never knew how much, that support would mean, because you did great without it, So, and of course, that's like I say all this with a caveat that I'm primed with all my training. And I actually, just a month ago, I was thinking, I did one of the hardest retreats of my life. a session in Japan. It was one of the hardest ones I've ever done. So I don't know if that helped make this as magical as this is, but ooh, I mean, you know, just yeah.
The effortlessness for here.
The love, the ever-present, the loving presence, the loving safety of the dark. It's like it makes the work effortless, yeah. Because you're yielding into, you know, when you're top downing it, it's so easy to get skeptical, doubtful. This is gonna kill me, isn't it? You know, can't let it kill me. You know, and this really does just show you that what you're dying into is completely safe.
Yeah, there was a woman here a few months ago, and she said, I feel safe enough to feel unsafe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like, wow, that's exactly...
That's right. Yeah. 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 It's okay to die. I felt like I was on my ego deathbed the whole trip. And I was replaying my life and all the things that interfered with loving.
You know, it's amazing. I think I shared witnessing to people who don't have training, who go there because it's all that exists.
Yeah.
And I think there's obviously something to be said about teachers, because they're just essential in some way. And without the teacher, there's nothing to compare yourself of how far along you are, or that you should be better than you are. And without a teaching, there's no gauging how good you're doing. And so I think for everyone, but especially kind of more beginner or newer people or new agey people, because they have no way to gauge themselves, it's like now really becomes good enough, because there's nothing to aspire to in terms of the teacher impressing others, like progressing, like progress is done. There's no progress in there.
Yeah, I mean, you're speaking to kind of a general phenomenon too that I've noticed, which is a sort of like, I mean, for lack of a better word, beginner's luck, in the sense that, you know, when you don't know any better, you drop into these states, and it's, now, I witness it on a smaller scale because they're not having this dramatic experience, but certainly no less profound though. People are often, who have no experience, no expectations, they're not really looking, they're not seekers, you know, have these surprising experiences because they don't know any better.
Yeah, and I think on that too, like there's, like you said, they're not looking for anything because it's so simple.
Yeah.
And then it opens up to just what you can't even believe, but you have to pass through. And the New Agers can't, because they're looking for this cosmic thing. Yeah. But the people who don't, they just fall. Like the guy who's in there now. Yeah. This is his second day. Yeah. he made a point to let me know he was completely mainstream.
Uh-huh.
No meditation, nothing.
Yeah.
And I went up there and he's like, last night, and he's just like, I'm having a lot of space. I was like, have you ever had that? He's like, no. No technique, no practice. It's just like all of a sudden, I was just like, how's it feel? He's like, I don't know. Like, it wasn't anything special or...
Right.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, my thoughts are just, I don't have thoughts.
Yeah.
That just blows my mind. People spend like 10 years meditating to get into this state that, like, sincerely meditating in the state that you're in. You just...
Yeah.
And you could care less for it, too,
yeah.
And just what that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the striving, like striving is a two-edged sword. And the striving can be both motivating and interfering. And yeah. But something drew him to come here and do this. So there's some part of him that's yearning.
Yeah. There's this, people are just like, I don't know, I just felt called, but I'm not looking for anything special, per se.
Yeah, there's something quite specially magical about that, about not looking and just discovering. Yeah.
Definitely helped me undo, on some level, there's still more, but like a lot of my very masculine linear meditation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't hold up in there.
Yeah.
Of like the striving, the achieving, the going deeper.
I think fixation of any kind is suffering. Fixation of any kind. And for sure, that setting is a purifying environment. It's going to show you where you're stuck. So it's like it helps you course correct, because you see, oh my goodness, I've been stuck in a meditating self. It's like, what? My selfing structure built a new self called the meditating self, and that's what I've been being. That's right. Yeah. And that's separate from everything else. It's like, yeah. So the key is, that it's all a trap. It's all a hook. Anything can be a hook. If, when your mind's in charge of reaffirming it, like solidifying it. But I feel like when the mind is not in charge of that, then anything goes. Meditating's great if you meditate, teachers are great if you have teachers. I spent a lot of time with my teachers in that room. That it was the most incredibly productive experience. So it's like when you're free to come and go with it, to sit or not to sit. I've done so many retreats where you must, and it was really nice just to say, I feel like sitting.